Hello, welcome to Plant-Based Large Family. This week we didn't do a ton in the garden because we started school, but we did harvest some. And you can see it's pretty wet right now. We've had a couple rains, which is awesome because we had, I think, like 2 weeks without any rain. So I was afraid that things weren't even coming up, but my carrots are starting to come up. And just since I'm over here, one of the rains completely ripped the agribon on both of these tunnels, and I couldn't get out here until like 3 days later, and the cabbage moths went crazy. So we had to pick off a whole bunch of cabbage worms in there, and then we doused it with DE. And so hopefully those will recover. Those are my like fall brassicas. Hopefully those will recover and I can plant them in about a month, or yeah, in about a month. Anyway, right here we are harvesting lettuce. We are still harvesting raspberries. Still getting a few tomatoes. Peppers, we have quite a few peppers, they just aren't ripening. And I don't like them green, so I'm waiting until they turn. And the eggplants seem to have slowed down, which is really sad because we love them, but the plants don't seem sick or anything. Maybe it's just from the lack of rain. Maybe since we've gotten some rain, that'll ramp up. We pulled all of our carrots. And I went ahead and planted some spinach just a couple days ago. They haven't come up yet. We're getting some patty pan squash, which we do not like, so we're throwing them to the chickens, cutting them up and throwing them to the chickens. And down there, we're getting some zucchini. Our peas are coming up from last week's planting, so that's great. Have some fall peas. Sweet potatoes are doing great. I planted some more spinach and lettuce this week in this bed. It had beans in there before. We're getting a few cucumbers from this patch. I don't know why they're so misshapen, but I think it's just they're not shaded. Because I remember last year I grew cucumbers with sunflowers, and they always were great, and I think it's just because they had the great shade. So we are harvesting some cantaloupe here and there, and we're eating them as soon as we can harvest them. And we harvested our 2 huge watermelon that were down there, and I think we'll harvest another one today. You can see all the netting is keeping everything relatively safe. My beans for a later summer crop, or early fall crop, they look good. I planted some more beans over here. They're just starting to come up. I planted them a couple days ago, or no, I planted them about a week ago, and they're just starting to come up. We're getting some asparagus, our fall asparagus. Our basil plant looks great. We're harvesting basil, having lots of pesto. I think that's it. Short tour, mainly just harvesting. Because of the rains, I am noticing some weeds coming back where we haven't put down mulch, you know, over here where we didn't have any mulch left over. So So this next week we'll have to pull some weeds, but other than that, pretty low maintenance in the late summer, early fall. It's all because it's a back to Eden garden, because most people late summer, early fall, they've given up by now because it's just pure weeds, which is not the case since we covered. So I encourage you to keep your garden covered, to not till. Just encourages weeds. Anyway, have a great week, and I will see you next time.